What's up, folks? How are you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Football Digest. My name is Nyaassh. As always, we eat, sleep, football, and then repeat. And this January, we are doing a recap of the past decade, featuring fans of various teams. The 4 teams that have been successful in that decade is exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to be doing that today, and we're going to be doing that with a man like Webbie. Yaje, bro?
Fiti sana.
Welcome to Football Digest.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here, man. So nilikuwa nataka tukue na wewe tufanye decade recap of Arsenal venye tumekuwa kutoka 2010 hadi 2019. I sent you all those details, most disappointing, memorable stuff. So let's start off with your player of the decade.
That was a straight shootout between Alexis Sanchez and Cesc Fabregas, but I'll go for Alexis.
Alexis Sanchez?
Yes.
That's a bold one.
Yes, and the reason why, Alexis Sanchez, what Arsenal has accomplished in this decade. Alexis Sanchez has been largely responsible for that.
Part of it.
Meaning the 3 FA Cups, 2 of those he was largely responsible for. He played a huge role.
Yes.
2015, he scored some wonderful goals, including that belter in the FA Cup final. That's one of the goals of the decade in the FA Cup.
Fantastic strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2017, he also played a key role in our victory over Chelsea. A victory that I actually predicted will not get. I actually never thought would beat Chelsea.
Beat Chelsea. They were very strong that season. They were very strong.
Actually, I gave us no chance.
Yeah.
But he stepped up and he was able to
help us to clinch the trophy.
Yes.
That's a controversial one, especially when you consider how he left the club.
You see, for my three options, my 3 votes were Cesc, Van Persie, or Alexis. They all left the club acrimoniously.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
What we achieved, the 3 FA Cups, and even those community shields and thereabout, he was a large part of it.
A large part of it.
So that's why I decided to give it to Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah. What about Aaron Ramsey?
Aaron Ramsey, you see, would give him, he would be an option, but he had been in the club for so long.
Yeah.
And his performances started peaking in around 2014. And yes, he also played a huge role in 2 of those 3 FA Cups. But of course, the guy with that X factor, it was always Alexis.
It was Alexis.
Yeah.
And you had missed having someone like him for so long in the club.
For so long. And when he came, he hit the ground running.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, we were stronger in that FA Cup than we were in 2014. We won it in 2014. In 2015, we were untouchable in that competition.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Or is it because you had a weaker opponent?
Not really. We went to Old Trafford and we won.
Oh yeah, we did win at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
For me, I was caught up between Santi Cazorla, Aaron Ramsey, and Van Persie. I hate that I had to put Van Persie in there, considering how, because Van Persie on decade PM bang. He has been a very prolific guy for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you,
I'll go with Alexis
Sanchez.
Yes.
That's all right. Most disappointing player of the decade.
It was between Jack Wilshere and
Jack Wilshere, can qualify as.
Yeah, you see, I chose Jack Wilshere because he was a guy with a lot of promise. But he did not fulfill it due to injuries. And you see, he was one of those 1 in a million talents you get from the academy. So you remember that Champions League game against Barca?
Yeah.
He was there. He was in the mix.
Calling the shots.
Yeah, he was going toe-to-toe with Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah.
And it was disappointing that he was not able to fulfill that.
That potential.
The other player was Mustafi, Squadron Mustafi. Because we bought him for £35 million. And then Mustafi, he comes in and he gives the performances that he gives.
I swear, I was pumped up ile time nilisikia Mustafi anakuja because ulikuwa na chiki World Cup winner, ako quite experienced. Valencia amekuwa amecheza hadi EPL. Okay, exactly. Sana but damn. Ukiconsider venye ili turn out maze.
This guy is a mistake machine. This guy is an error machine.
My God. Like what could have happened to such a guy, maze?
I don't know.
As in
no, you see,
Damn.
I also attribute that to poor management because Wenger aliwadekeza sana. We really tolerated that. Because, you know, it gets to a point where you don't need to keep a player around. Ship him off. He's on 90k a week. He costs 35 million pounds. And come to think of it, of all the players that have played under Arteta, he's the only one who is not making progress. He's the only one who has not put in an improved performance.
An improved performance is Arteta.
Yes, against Chelsea, he cost us the game. He backed off Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, actually that was him.
Yes.
Shit.
But
he should be the first guy to leave in January.
Actually, he should have left by now.
By now, yeah. Yes. You're too late into January for him to be still
someone should just drive him.
I was in terms of disappointment, there were two guys for me. Actually, kukumbusha ziko unakumbuka Squillaci.
Yeah. And by the time we signed him, FYI, he was number 3 in the Castrol FIFA rankings.
What?
Yes. When we signed him, he was the best defender in La Liga.
What the fuck happened to that dude?
I don't know.
Because for me, he was worse than even Mustafi. He was worse than Mustafi. Nakumbuka on goal ingine huyo jamaa aliwahi jifunga. Sijui kama ilikuwa Wigan.
No, even the mistakes he used to make.
Man.
You know, against Wigan, we are title chasing. It's at the DW Stadium.
Yeah.
We are leading 2-1. And he scores an own goal and you know, those are the kind of mistakes over the decade that have cost us.
Dude.
But
I was disappointed in Squillaci. I was totally disappointed.
And you see, for me, the term disappointment is the guy who came with who we had high expectations for, and did not fulfill.
Did not fulfill.
And you see, for Squillaci, very few had watched him. You know, I had watched him when he was at Lyon, when he was at Olympic Lyon. So he went to Sevilla. He was one of the best defenders in La Liga.
Yeah.
Wenger managed to convince him to come. Little did we know.
And also convinced him to be shit, because he turned out to be absolute shit. What about Arshavin?
Andre Arshavin, yes, but why I wouldn't put Arshavin in that list?
Because at least
is because Wenger played him out of position. You see, Arshavin was a number 10. Play him behind the center forward if you want to get the best out of Arshavin.
Yeah.
But Wenger insisted on playing him out wide.
Which eventually, made him a bad player.
So that one, for Arshavin, I never blame him. As much as he's an Ozil-like player who has an inferior attitude and mentality and doesn't like to work off the ball.
Yeah.
Those are players you need to micromanage. And you see, Wenger never used to do that.
To micromanage.
Yeah, but I attribute that to Arsene. He's the one who...
Yeah. Arshavin is one guy I was super excited every time nilisikia amekam, especially after kuona how they had done the Euros. I was like, this guy is gonna be the shit, maze. Okay, of course, he didn't take long to cement his name, and he had a fantastic time the first 2 seasons, especially unakumbuka ile time with Liverpool, but kuna ka season 2 alifika manze akaanza kudidimia, the dude never came back.
Yeah, because he was being played out of, he was being played out of position.
Yeah.
And that was one big mistake that Arsene Wenger made. He shouldn't have played him out of position. He should have played him as a number 10.
Yeah.
Wenger made Fabregas his number 10. What he should have done, he should have made Arshavin his deputy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because you see, he got it right with Mesut Ozil. He did not play Ozil out wide.
Yeah.
He played Ozil at the 10.
At the number 10, where he's supposed primarily to play.
Yes, and Arshavin is like Ozil. He is that player who plays, he's a natural number 10.
Number 10.
Not a wide player.
Cool. All right. In terms of players, last bit, best signing of the decade.
Best signing of the decade.
I think here would go in terms of impact more than anything else.
Well, again? Alexis.
Alexis Sanchez.
It's Alexis Sanchez. If not Sanchez, Aubameyang, but I go for Aubameyang.
Aubameyang?
Yes.
In that decade?
Yeah, because Aubameyang joined us when we were at our lowest point. This is a world-class centre forward. At his peak, he's 29.
Yeah.
He joins us, and he lifted us. So, for me, I slightly lean towards Aubameyang because you see, that's the signing that has this guy did not need time to adjust. He got going from day one.
From day one.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would go for Alexis. I don't like talking about Alexis because I hate venye alitutoka. Hiyo shit uniuma sana by the way. But you know, that's what it is. I think for me, I would go for Alexis. It's precisely juu ya ile impact alikuwa nayo na venye alitusaidia kubeba the 2 last FA Cups that we had. I think I would go for him. What do you think of Javinho though?
Oh, that was a bust. That was a bust. But I also think Javinho is a player you need to manage very carefully. He was not really that player who has that strong will.
On his own?
On his own. So I remember Wenger used to play him as a centre forward.
Yeah, I recall those times.
And I remember if I'm not wrong, he did criticize Wenger.
Did he?
Yes, he did. When he was going to Roma. He did criticize Wenger.
Playing him out of position?
For quite a number of things. And for me, though, I wouldn't blame Wenger entirely on Javinho. Because whenever he was played in his natural position, he was very inconsistent. That is the problem.
Yeah. All right. Of course, it doesn't make our worst. Could he be our worst signing? He can't be our worst signing. Who would you say is your worst signing?
Of the decade?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's quite a number of guys.
We have many.
That's a big list, huh? Let's start with Skulachi. We could also add Mustafi there. Unakumbuka yule boy alikuwa anaitwa Santos?
There are many. Andre Santos, Park Chu-young, Takuma Asano, Kim Charlstrom. We signed him and he had a back injury.
Can you imagine?
So,
but alifunga penalty ya Wigan.
You know, but I'd go with Mustafi because he cost a lot of money.
Oh, because he cost a lot of money.
Both in wages and the price, the transfer fee, and he has repaid us with error-ridden performances.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think for me, I would go, it's a tie between Mustafi and Skulachi.
I'd go for Mustafi because he cost a lot of money.
Skulachi, tulimununua pesa ngapi? More than 20? Was it more than 20?
It was far much less. Yeah.
Far much less. All right.